is incredible for Matthew's House because every year we normally do the half marathon. Richard is actually wearing his half marathon t-shirt from last year, and we normally have 10 people take part, and we normally raise somewhere between £3,000 and £4,000. So the fact that we've been able to do that again this year without being able to do the half marathon is just really, really, really cool. So thank you all for sweating in your homes for Matthew's House.
Right. Very impressive. And we should get a top up on top of that, shouldn't we, in terms of, like I said, more people will be giving as this goes out live, as well as when you play the recording on the day of the half marathon. So we're having quite a window of people still to give.
Exactly. And that's not including gift aid. So we will get an additional amount of money on top of that from gift aid, which is really, really, really cool. So we're going to move on next to Hannah. She's got all you fun runners, get yourselves near a screen.
I'm hoping we can enlist the help of Jake Lynch in this one. We've got ourselves a special song that's been chosen by some of the fun runners. And if you want to join in with the actions, you can. But of course, if you're just focused on your running, then you carry on like that. It's not compulsory. So Jake, the reason why I've sort of mentioned you is because I know you're an expert dancer. You're professional. I've managed to work out the chorus, but beyond that, we're looking for some moves from anybody else. So Griff and Sid, you can suggest a move. Harvey and Thomas are there, they want to suggest a move. Then I'm just going to dance along with you to this rather fantastic song, because it's about you guys. Everyone is awesome when you're part of a team, the Matthew's House team. quality
Nice.
dancing.
Nice one, Hannah.
Thank you so much.
Fun runners, did you enjoy?
Oh,
Yeah, I think they did. They look pretty exhausted now. They're all having a break. 5-minute break. Griff, come on. So, we are with the fun runners halfway there. Well done, guys. Keep it up, keep it up. 10 minutes to go. Sorry, home runners. Not quite the same.
yes, a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. Right, so we're going to try and show you a video as well in a minute. So some of you might already know, we've been really well supported by Swansea City Football Club over the years, which obviously Tom is really chuffed about. So we've had collection days there. They've given us free tickets to matches for the volunteers. They donated supplies so that we could sort of revamp the homeless period Swansea, where we distribute dignity packs filled with hygiene products to people around the city. They've also paid to start our laundry room. So Matt's Laundry launched a couple of months ago. Sadly hasn't been used yet, but the Swans paid to fit out that room with new machines so that it could handle a bigger amount. Lee Trundle and Leon Britton have also come down to visit us quite a number of times. So we just wanted to show you a video about the day that Leon Britton came down to Matthew's house, showed him around, he met some of the guests, and it was generally just a really, really cool day. So if you can all see you should all be able to see Swans TV on your screens now. So we're gonna watch this video.
So we're having Leon Britton in today, which is really cool. We just had some amazing news that he's become the ambassador of Matthew's House, this project. So Matthew's House is a home in the heart of the city that exists solely to provide hope and hospitality to those who need it. And we're finding new ways. We found some pretty cool ways already of doing this, but we're finding new ways of doing that. And what's been incredible for us in our short time is we found that hope can be given through hospitality in so many little ways. Chocolate bar brings a smile, a conversation, and it's exciting. So we got Leon supporting us, and he'll be popping in today.
Tom, thanks for having us down here, mate. It's incredible what you're doing down here. If you give us a bit of background on how it all started.
Yeah, Leon, it's a pleasure to have you, mate. It's brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
So yeah, Matthew's House started about 18 months ago now. Started with a group of people that wanted to express their love for people. So we got together. It was up for sale, and we were like, we want a place that we can have a home in the city to share with others.
How did it all start, like, in terms of, you come in, the building was a bit of a mess now.
Yeah.
You said, like, there was loads of problems now.
Well, it'd been empty for nearly 2 years,
yeah.
So there was a lot of painting, a lot of things to sort, a lot of things to clear out. We wanted to put our stamp in it as well, so we want it to be a home, and it's colourful in homes, isn't it? You put your stamp on it, decorate it and stuff like that.
So after that, you needed volunteers.
Yeah.
Obviously, without it's not a paid job. You need volunteers to come in. How did you go about getting the volunteers? And was it friends, family?
Yeah. So started off friends and family. We did put a little bit of an advert out there on social media. We had a couple.
Little technical issue there, people. We've cut the video short for some unknown reason, and I was quite getting into that, weren't you, Ellie?
I'm not sure if we're going to get it back. Let's give them a minute, see if we can get it back, because it's a really great video. Oh, there we are, we're back.
Awesome.
On it, decorate it and stuff like that.
So after that, you needed volunteers.
Yeah.
Obviously, without it's not a paid job. You need volunteers to come in. How did you go about getting the volunteers? And was it friends, family?
Yeah. So started off friends and family. We did put a little bit of an advert out there on social media. We had a couple.
Oh, technical problems again, everybody.
There we are. We'll make all the links to the video yeah, we'll send it all out afterwards so that you can watch the rest of the video another time. But basically, Leon came down, he met some of the guests, Tom showed him what I think that one moment was sort of like a catalyst for a lot of the support we've had from the Swans ever since. So the fact that he was able to come down and see firsthand what we do in the heart of the city was quite a big thing for him as an individual. So we often talk about how people are sort of the goals, as it were. So like making connections with individual people can lead to so much good stuff. And I think Leon Britton was that really important person for Matthew's House. So we're really grateful. And actually at this moment, we've got a couple of volunteers down at the Swans, making sure that over 150 food parcels get delivered to people in Swansea. So, and this is part of the Swansea Together network that we're currently leading. So we've got 2 volunteers down there with some drivers and the chefs from the Swans, packing bags full of a hot meal, a snack, a drink, and then they're being driven hostels all across the city, people that are temporarily and vulnerably housed, who otherwise many of them would be sleeping on the streets at the moment. We're helping to make sure that they stay self-isolated and they're not putting themselves or others at risk, and also just giving them a little bit of hope. So that is sort of, and this is being done for the last 10 weeks now, every Saturday by the Swans, and we're hoping that it will continue. So that video that you just saw has kind of, it was basically the start of it all, and now we're seeing sort of the real benefits of that kind of relationship. So big up the Swans.
Big up the Swans.
Okay.
We had a fantastic day down there collecting, didn't we? There was a ton of us, an army of volunteers in pink and blue t-shirts, and people did give very generously on that day. I was there, and it was, I think nearly lost my voice by the end, sort of calling out and encouraging people to, you know, Swans Chosen Charity. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, people gave very generously.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, so we're just going to play a little bit of music now for the next few minutes. Let you relax.
4 minutes left for the fun runners.
Oh yeah, and then we'll come back on and we'll do a bit of a run with you guys to get over that finish line for the fun runners. Keep it up, guys. You're doing really great.
go, Ellie.
1 minute left.
Woo!
Keep it up, fun runners. Sid,
Keep going.
where's Sarah? Up there, Ocean. Boys, you running?
The finish line is getting closer, people. And bingo!
Let's unmute everyone so we can finish the fun run together.
Woohoo!
Come on, guys. Give yourselves a big clap.
Well done, everybody. Well done. Sid, Chris, Gwenny,
Thank you, guys.
Carl, Louise and Sarah, well done.
Well done, guys. So you guys can leave the Zoom now, and you can jump onto Facebook and watch us as we go live. I'm going in a minute.
Go and have a shower, Thomas. Get your smell.
And you guys are off, and then we will go live. And Hannah's gonna talk. I think.
Need to get my breath back.
Yeah,
I love that tune.
it's a good one.
Oh, Richard's mastered it. Go up on the stairs.
That's a cop out.
No, I was only going to do it for the fun run. I am dripping with sweat. It is so hot.
I can imagine. He's got my slippers
The
on.
stock room is the world's warmest room.
Oh, I can imagine.
Which is quite ironic, really, as you are in an ice cream factory, Dan.
That's
I actually had some
Now
ice
that.
cream last night.
Shout out for Joe's Ice Cream for allowing Dan to do the run.
We'll get some. Well, maybe we'll get some free ice cream, Dan.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Can they deliver to all of us while we run?
I can just go downstairs and get some.
No.
I've got actually, has anyone seen Rich come down those stairs?
Yeah.
No. He's sat at the top.
Every time I look, it's just nobody there.
There he is, there he is.
Oh, there he is!
Hey!
And they do have the best stairs I have ever seen. I love this. You get a little sneak peek into everyone's home lives.
I think Jake is.
Love Rian's wall.
I love Rian's wall, and it's very like your hallway, Tom.
It's been wallpaper now.
Oh, it's
The
gone.
plaster has ruined it.
Right, bye. Bye, Sarah.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
I'm looking at Jake's running, and I'm thinking, what the heck, Jake? How are you going to keep that going? You seem to have gone for a sprint.
Well, zero exercise for 4 months, so I'm making up for it.
Oh yeah. Right.
Right, we're going to be going live at what time, Ellie, is that?
We're going to go live now. So, Jamie and Noah, I think you need to give us some kind of signal when we are live, because I don't think it looks any different for us on the screen.
I'm currently preparing it, and on my screen I can see up on the top left it says live preparing. Not sure if it says the same for you guys.
So, yeah, not
Okay.
for us. So just give us a nod or a shout when we are live. Go over. Hannah.
Okay.
But for the rest of the runners, if you are going to try you might want to try and make your way towards your screen, and try and do it a couple of minutes on the spot so that you can listen.
Facebook in a minute.
To Tom and Hannah.
It will be recorded as well, won't it? So
Yeah, you'll be able to watch
Yeah.
it back after. So no pressure.
Okay, so if we're ready, I'll hit live.
Go.
Yep. This is fabulous. Well, hello to everyone who's joined us on, hello to everyone that has joined us on Facebook. We are broadcasting live from the Matthews House home run. We just completed our fun run with several families taking part. So a huge well done to all of you who joined us for that. I think running for 20 minutes for some of those little legs definitely deserves this runner was too old. So let's just give him superb, really, really brilliant, good effort. Our home runners, however, will be running a full hour. So they're just over 24 minutes in, and they're going to be finishing at 12 o'clock. Fortunately, they're still looking full of energy. So that's quite good for them. I want to introduce you to one specific runner, Tom, who's going to carry on jogging, but he's going to answer a few questions for us. Hi, Tom. You're 25 minutes in. How are you doing?
I have had a costume on, so to be honest, I'm struggling already because I am dripping with sweat. I feel a lot cooler now. I've just taken it off.
And what?
So I'm good. I'm good.
What was your costume?
A parrot.
Very nice indeed. Well, hopefully we might get a picture of that up on Facebook at some point, because yes. I'm sure everybody would like to see as a parrot. It was pretty special. Tom, you've been project manager for Matthews House, and you've been in, well, that's what you are doing, but you've been involved from the very start. If you were to describe the Matthews House initiative in one word, what would it be?
I'd say culture. I've debated it. I've changed those words many times. But at the moment, I think culture.
You're sticking with culture. And why? Tell us, have you chosen that word?
Because it is all about hospitality and hope. And usually they'd be the words that I share. Sorry, I'm out of breath.
Okay.
Those would be what I usually share. But what I've noticed over the last year and 2 years really is it's a culture we're trying to share, not just the hope. So part of that culture is the hope. It's the feeling. It's like, imagine you go to a different culture abroad or a different village or something like that, and you just feel something different. You see different things. You get lifted and you embrace it, and you find joy in it. You know, a lot of different things around the world. And we don't want Matthews House to be an inward thing. We want Matthews House to be an outward thing. So not just in Matthews House, but everybody part of it, everybody experienced it. We want them to take the culture of hospitality and hope with them to their families, to the schools we share in, to the people who we look after, the guests. You know, if they don't just receive it, but they take it with them, feel that culture and take that culture into their life, then yeah, I just think that's, for me at the moment, especially during a difficult time, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, so an overspill of the culture of Matthews House, of hope and hospitality, spilling out beyond the borders of the building and into community. I love that. Take us back just to over 3 years ago, because Matthews House turned 3 not that long ago, to the very beginning. Can you briefly tell us, if you've got enough breath, how Matthews House got started?
Yeah, so there's a group of people, so a church, the Hill Church in Swansea, that I'm part of. It's about 20 or 30 of us, core members, with lots of little babies and things like that. But we felt that we just wanted to love people more. And at that point, we were renting a space. So we all got excited. Matthews House, St. Matthew's Church then became available by auction. And that's what we did. We looked at our accounts. We looked at what it was worth. 80,000. We had about 10,000 in the bank. And then we got excited and we got in someone's living room. It was, you know, it was brilliant. I always remember the moment, cookies, tea and coffee, hot chocolates, dreaming about this bill of people, you know, look after and love people. Within 2 weeks, with the sacrifice of that room, people in that room, their friends, their families, loved ones they called on, people lending us money, we raised £80,000 to purchase Matthews House, and the dream started. It took 6, 9, 12 months to get up to scratch before we opened it. There was a lot of work to do. There was many people giving hundreds and hundreds of hours of painting, working, and doing it all voluntary. And that's where it started. That's how it started, really.
Superb. And now we fast forward for these 3 years that have gone past. And Matthews House currently has 4 what we call expressions running. So you've got the cafe, you've got the laundry, the showers, and the homeless period, with the Matthews House Buddies in development. If you had to pick one of these as your favourite, would you pick and why?
Oh, it's such a hard question, that is, isn't it? I think I can't choose a favourite. I think it's all about the moments, right? I think straight away it could be this Matt's Cafe. You know, that was how it started. That's what drew people to it. That's what was the saving grace for so many people for the first 2 years before we opened other expressions of giving hope. But alongside that is the showers for me. The showers of people coming in, coming in off the streets. We're able to give a hot meal, cup of tea, read a newspaper, chat to a volunteer, and then go and have a shower as well. That feeling of being clean for me is brilliant, you know. So imagine for someone who struggles with that, and it's not an everyday thing that they can get. Just for me, it's something special. And I remember the first time it was used, I had a massive, I was full of emotion because it shouldn't happen. I was emotional about just grief and all that, but at the same time, joy that we've been able to make the best of a bad situation, isn't it? So people who are suffering like that, we can do something about it because of events like this and people who give to us monthly and all our supporters and stuff like that. And I know it's been used 80, 90, 100 times now by rough sleepers in our city. It shouldn't be needed, but if it's needed, I'm honoured that we get to do it at Matthew's House.
Very brilliant. Yes, that's excellent. Excellent. You talked about moments there, really. And just to finish, would you share with us a particular moment? I mean, I've written highlight, but that's your word, moment, that for you personally, since you began this journey, has stood, I appreciate there's lots, so you've got lots of moments, but one that now just springs to mind, the highlight or a moment for you.
Yeah, so there's many, obviously loads, and I thought about this because I knew you'd ask me this question, and there's so many that will pull a different emotion. Some that was amazing, but they make you feel, oh my goodness, it shouldn't be like that, you know. I wanted to pick for this occasion a moment of joy, which is so many as well. But one for me was a lady, rough sleeper, coming into Matthew's House, a frequent guest, intermittent guest, but has been coming a long time. She was having food, just the general things, chatting to a volunteer. And once a month, we do haircuts at Matt's Cafe. We have a couple of volunteers who chop hair and stuff like that. And this one in particular, and this story's happened a couple of times with different people in different kind of roles, but this one stuck with me because it was quite early days. Basically, the person had food, chatted with a volunteer, had a safe space, went and got a haircut, which she was shocked that she could get, and then come out of that, had another cup of tea. And when she was leaving, with a dignity pack as well, when she was leaving, she turned and she just said, I just feel amazing. And that person was going back for another night on the streets. And that what caught me, that made me emotional, because how can someone feel amazing knowing they're going to sleep another night on the streets? But because of what we do and how we do it, and how we value people and do it really with hospitality and just give that hope in loads of different ways, it makes people feel amazing, no matter how difficult their circumstances are. And for me, that's close to my heart, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a superb, what a great story to end this interview on. So I really appreciate you sharing, Tom. Thank you. You can get back to run, get back to getting out of breath. That's superb. You may want to know that since Matthew's House opened its doors, they have served over 65,000 meals. That is a heck of a lot of food. They've saved over 40 tonnes of food that was destined for the bins, so reclaimed it and put it to good use. They have given over 1,000, as Tom referred to, those dignity packs, and provided over 150 hot showers for those in need. What a fantastic achievement. If you'd like to donate to this wonderful cause, it's really quite simple. So you can just look in the feed, in the comments on the Matthew's House page, and follow those instructions. It costs just £7 for 5 people to have a meal, a shower, wash their clothes, a dignity pack. And you just hear that story from Tom and think, why wouldn't I want to support a charity that makes such a difference? You hear that woman's story and think you can be part of that. If you can't give your time, certainly if you're able to give funds, then we would just say, please do. Every pound you give really does make a difference. So thanks for joining us live. Do stay tuned in because we're going to have a little break from going live. The runners can focus on their running, but we will be back very soon with another live update. So stay tuned. See you in a few minutes. Superb, people. We're off.
And we're off.
Awesome. Great job, everybody. So we're just going to have a little bit of a music interlude because we are over halfway there. Woo! Great job, guys. A motivational song, and then after that, just to get you guys going, have a break, and then we're going to go back to Facebook Live. Okay, so we've had a couple of encouragements from the Facebook Live that I just want to share with you. So we've had a comment to say, you're a bunch of heroes, love you all. That was from Tom Denham. Another one that says, well done everyone, fabulous effort. That's from Ruth. Go on guys, amazing team running for an amazing charity. That was, go on Claire, this is wonderful, well done all. Well done everyone, what you do is amazing. So you're doing such an amazing job. Keep going. Right. So we're now going to take it back to Facebook Live.
Woohoo!
Already time for that. Hannah's just going to share a little bit of her favourite moments when we go live, and then I'm going to interview Jake Lynch. So Jake Lynch, wherever you are.
Do you
Not
really
Jake Lynch, Jake Vincent.
That might really freak Jake Lynch out.
Sorry. Jake Vincent, Hannah's going to have her favourite moments. I'm going to, and then we will come back with the final song before the finish line. All right, how does that sound? Good, I realise you're all on mute.
Just so everyone knows, we're going to be going live. We'll wait for Noah, and I'll wait for the little sign. Superb effort, everyone.
Okay, going live in 3, 2, 1. And give it a second. There we go.
Superb. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us again. We are still live at the Matthews House Home Run. Our runners are doing this to raise awareness and funds for this fabulous charity. We are just over halfway into the run, and we have to say the runners, albeit looking a bit sweaty now, are still going strong. So well done, you guys. Keep going. We have got another 20 minutes to run, so two-thirds in. I just want to share with you a couple of short stories of how Matthews House has impacted the lives of individuals over the past 3 years that it's been running. We love hearing these stories. So if you know of a story that Matthews House has impacted someone you know, keep it anonymous. Feel free to add it in the comments on our page. The first story, which I just really love, was of a young couple who came in to donate some food to Matthews House. Nothing particularly unusual about that, but what was awesome was this couple had previously been guests of Matthews House some time earlier. For over 6 months, they had been living on the streets in Swansea. And at that time, Matthews House had been a lifeline to them. Eventually, they were offered a house in mid-Wales. So keen to have a home of their own, they moved on. And on this day, they popped back in to Swansea for a visit, and they came into Matthews House and brought their food donation in. Really, it was to give back to those that had given them so much. What a fantastic story. My second story involves a guest who had arrived late to the cafe. So they came in and they were really worried that they had missed out on the food that gets served there. Luckily, there was some left, and a volunteer fed him and packed up some pastries. We often have some wonderful pastries, and packed up a load for him to take away. What was really interesting was the fact that he didn't look at all well and actually hadn't eaten for a few days. And before he left, he actually said of that Matthews House volunteer, "She probably saved my life." And I think that just reminds me that we should never underestimate the significance of the work of Matthews House, even a simple meal, and the impact that it can have on those who really need the support. So if you're not already aware, since the lockdown has started, Matthews House has played a key role in coordinating the response to looking after our city's most vulnerable, and working together with about 52 other organisations and an army, and I really mean an army of volunteers, they have cooked and delivered over 13,000 hot meal packs to individuals who don't have the facilities to cook for themselves. Maybe they're in B&Bs, or they've previously been homeless and they're in temporary accommodation, amongst others. And I know for those involved, they've said it's been a huge privilege. But from those receiving the meals, when asked how it has made them feel receiving a food parcel every day during this rather scary time, during the lockdown, we got these replies amongst many others. Someone said, "Grateful, and there must be some love involved." Another person said, "Receiving a food parcel every day makes me know that there are still good people out there." Finally, somebody else said, "I feel that someone cares. If not for the food parcel, I would have gone hungry for many days." What a privilege to bring hope to others at such a time as this. Now I'm going to hand over to Ellie, as she has something else lined up for us. Ellie.
Hi everyone. So we're just going to introduce one of our runners now, Jake Vincent. So Jake was actually the first person to sign up for the Matthews House Home Run this year. He has been desperate to take part in the half marathon the last few years, but unfortunately wasn't old enough. And this year was going to be his time to shine. And of course it was postponed. So he jumped on the chance to be able to take part in the home run. So we're just going to go over to Jake. Jake, give us a wave.
Hello, hi.
Tell us where you're running?
Running from my house in Dunvan in my conservatory at the moment. It might be echoing.
Yeah, I can hear.
I can hear the echo. Let's try going outside.
Jake's been running back and forth in his garden for most of the run so far. But how's it going? How are you doing? You tired
Sorry,
yet?
I couldn't hear that because oh, can you say that again? Sorry, Ellie.
No, it's all right. I was just asking, are you tired now? Are you still going well?
Sorry, for some reason my volume's really low. I just put my headphones in here. Sorry.
That's okay. So Jake's been a volunteer with Matthew's House since the very beginning, over 3 years ago, and he's taken part in collections down at the Swans. He's volunteered on Christmas Day. He's also goes to Alpha School, and they've supported us really well over the last couple of years. So coming down and volunteering with us. So I just wondered he was running the home run today and what Matthew's House means to him. So we're hopefully going to get his audio back in a minute.
Ellie's running on my camera now.
Oh my gosh, I was totally confused then. Where'd he go? Okay, so Jake, if you just tell us why you are running today for Matthew's House.
I'm running first. In the past years, the work being done, the work is done, and it's just like incredible they've made on people's lives, and like you get to interact with people who I would never have talked to in my life. Like I can say that, like, guaranteed, without Matthew's House I wouldn't have met these people, and they are brilliant. Like the work that Matthew's House does, the hope that it brings to people in hopeless situations is incredible. And honestly, like being a part of it is just being like an eye-opener really to a world outside of my own. And I think a lot of people don't get that, and like Matthew's House just shows the volunteers as much and changes their lives as much as people would be cool to see and be a part of. So yeah, that's why I'm supporting them.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is the first time you've been involved in a couple of the things that you've shared, some of the ways you've been involved with us in the past, and maybe some of your best bits.
Yeah. So I think my favourite part is Christmas Day. They've just been really, really fun. The atmosphere is incredible. Like generally Christmas anyway, it's like a magical time of the year. And being at Matthew's House is just up there, like times that by 10 really. And I think it's just been a really cool part of like now tradition. It's like go down Matt's house, help out. And you get to hang out with people, support them, give them food, just chat to them really. And that's been a lot of fun to chat to people like that, and just help them on such a day when it's supposed to bring hope, and really cool to be a part of that. So that's definitely been like my highlight. I think my most memorable moment was 2 years ago. So we started the year, and when we had to like feminine hygiene products from like Tesco's, and we were asking people to go buy and stuff. As a 15-year-old boy, that's pretty awkward to do. So that's probably my most like memorable moment, because you're just talking like to random strangers, being like, "Hey, do you want to buy feminine hygiene products?" And that's a very awkward question in my situation to ask. But it was really cool. Again, like you just chat and meeting volunteers who, again, people who just like having a laugh, doing the same thing as you, it's the same cause, and that was a really cool experience. So yeah, things like that have just been really, really amazing to be a part of and to see happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Jake. I'll let you go back to your running now. We haven't got long left. We've got 12 minutes left of the run. The links to donate to people are in the comments still. Send us a nice message. We'd love to share it with the runners. You haven't just got 12 minutes left to donate, but it would be a huge encouragement to the runners if you could make a donation in 2 minutes. We're gonna jump off live now, but we'll be back in 10 minutes so that you can help us cheer on our runners through the finish line. Thanks, everyone. Okay, we're off.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, my work friend who's watching it went live TV at its finest.
Brilliant. I love it, but I think it was all right. We recovered well.
Oh, yeah.
Good backup plan.
Make it work.
Luckily, he was only in the room next door.
I did say now he knows that people know we're related.
Right, so we are now we're going to listen to an extremely motivational song to get you through the last 10 minutes. We've got The Eye of the Tiger.
guys are nailing this.
7 minutes left to go, guys. Keep going, keep going. We've got a couple more encouragements. So we've got Paula Stockley says, go on, guys, you can do this. Go, Tom, go, Dan, go all. Gemma Woodhouse says, I think you are all heroes. No, you absolutely are. Thank you so much for doing this. I think me and Hannah can take maybe 5% of what you guys from this morning. I'm absolutely sweating.
Absolutely. I've got a joke for you all. Who was the fastest runner of all time?
Oh, I
It
don't
was
know.
Adam, because he came first in the human race.
Oh, brilliant.
Thought you'd appreciate that. I know Claire did, Rian did. What do runners eat before a race?
I thought it was pasta.
Fast food, Ellie.
Oh.
Remember, it was a joke.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Right, here we go. One more from me. I met a guy recently who was a really good runner but could only win races in wet weather. They call him the reigning champion.
Oh, I like that one.
Like the fact that they're all running related.
Yeah, so I got some jokes together. I won't bore you with them, but mine were all rain related.
Rain?
Well, yes, it was pouring down when I put all the jokes together.
Okay, shall I do another
Right.
one then? 5 minutes, people.
5 minutes to go. We'll have one more joke from Hannah, and then we've got one more song to get you through before we go live.
How did the barber win the running race? He went for the shortcut.
Oh, yeah.
To put them on the feed.
Okay, one more song, guys, and then we'll go back to Facebook Live for the final finish.
Oh, I think we're going to need to be going.
Yeah, so I just wanted to finally say welcome to Simon Rees. He jumped in when we were on Facebook Live, so we haven't been able to say hello. He joined the race a little bit late because he's just finished a shift for the NHS. So big up Simon Rees, one of our genuine local heroes,
Brilliant.
making the effort to be on the run. But we're going live now.
Go live, and you might all want to come to your cameras for the final minute. So know we're ready when you are, and then we'll have a big cheer at the end.
Okay, then we'll wait for Rich to come down the stairs. And 3, 2, 1, and I've clicked the button.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back live. We are live on Facebook from the broadcast of Matthews House Home Run. Our running team have been running very much, nearly for 1 hour. We're into the final minute of running. And I can now reveal, during this time, we have raised to over 3,200 people. This is quite amazing. Thank you. The giving doesn't have to stop here. So if you want to support the fantastic work of Matthews House, then simply look in the comments. People, it's just gone 12. It's time to celebrate. I'm going to put on my foil blanket. I'm going to don my medal. Guys, fantastic effort. Thank you so much. What a wonderful effort involved. You have been running, and you have run for an hour for the wonderful work of Matthews House. So big up you guys. That's absolutely superb. Like I said, the giving doesn't have to stop here. The fact that you can have a look on our website and you can still give. And if you want to know more about the work of Matthews, then do visit our website where you can sign up to receive our newsletter and keep up to date with what is going on. Thank you so much to all the runners. We're going to go for a big cheer for them, and to everyone who responds to them and supported them. You've been watching live with us. Let's just have more big cheer. It's been a privilege to be live with you guys. It's been a privilege to run a little bit with runners. I've been running for an hour. This is Hannah Vincent signing off, reporting live for the Matthews House Home Run, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Matthews House is an initiative of the Hill Church and seeks to provide hope through the sheer power of hospitality to some of the most vulnerable, isolated and disenfranchised people in the heart of the city. To find out more or support our work, please visit www.matthewshouse.org.uk.